if life wants us to meet again, we'll meet again. That's me. I'm just like, you know what? I don't really want rejection from this person because one, she looks good, but she doesn't look good enough for me to want her rejection. So I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I'm just not going to go forward with it, right? And I don't think I've ever met anyone that looked good enough for my
Wait. We're not just going to brush past it. What did you just say? What up, world? Is your favorite podcast, man? Back again with another one. My name is Michael Shonariwo.
And I'm very welcome, Koya.
Are you back on Menisms, ladies and gentlemen? We back again. We see you guys subscribing. We see you guys supporting us, and we appreciate you guys. So make sure you subscribe to all our audio channels on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, so you can continuously hear us and you can see us too. So we appreciate y'all. How you doing, Maji?
Not bad. Moving on to the week. Focusing on how the week is going. Seeing what it takes me. Seeing where it takes me. But yeah. I'm so 30 plus now. God, I hate it. Like, it's
why?
Because everything I say just revolves around so we're just focusing on work, focusing on life.
One day at a time, we thank God for today. And,
you see what I'm saying?
But nah, man. Obviously, again,
thank God for life still. No complaints.
It's funny. You said something a while ago that I now understand.
Yeah.
I understood it then, but it's like as you live it and you get older, you start to understand it. But it's like in Lagos, I feel like once you get to 30 plus, it becomes like this routine because there are not as many experiences or things to do here as much as other countries in terms of in Lagos now, let's be honest, most of the things to do are entertainment-based activities. There's still other activities to do, which I still do on time to time. But for your majority of things is nightlife entertainment.
Yeah.
It's not like, and even now that they've removed the beach from us, because I can't lie to you.
You're feeling it every day.
There's some days, there was one day I drove to Landmark, and literally as soon as I got to Landmark, I was like this, fuck! Because I saw the construction outside that it reminded me like, wait, there's no beach here. I had to turn back home. It's like, where am I going for my casual chill or something? Like, there's no park.
Yeah.
But it is well.
As usual, as Nigerians now would adapt, somehow. Because we're always adapting somehow. But
it is well, bro.
Yeah,
but of course, we're going to get things started off in the show. Real quick, though, I had a question, though, to ask you. So, some people were asking us about, like, the celeb drama that was going on.
Which one?
There's a few. I don't pay attention to it. But the reason it came out because somebody asked based off Menisms. They were asking me like, "Oh, what do you think as a guy?" I'm like, "It's none of my business." But the whole baby mama drama between Davido and his, and they were just talking about in general, like men with the whole baby daddy thing. Like, it's not a common thing in a place like Nigeria, so we think. Because you know how in America it's exactly in America it's like. There's even a badge of honor that's won from...
Bro, I can't understand it.
With mothers in America. Like, I am a single mother and I'm proud.
Yeah, he's my baby daddy.
That's my baby daddy. You see the baby daddy too? Yeah, that's my baby mama over there. It's like, yeah, do you understand? Like, can you hear yourself saying it with confidence? That's my baby mama. That's my baby daddy. Like, can't understand
I can understand it when they still live, they are still committed to each other, but they just choose not to marry.
That's different.
I understand that one.
That's my baby mama in terms of that's my woman,
and that's
the mother of my children. But we are together.
Exactly.
But not that we had a child 4 years ago. We have nothing to do with each other apart from that child. I don't even interact with you, but yet I'm still claiming that my baby mama. God forbid.
Nah, I would never understand it. Well, I mean,
ex-wife even sounds better than baby mama.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's my ex-wife.
Well, so you see, the thing is, again, people ask me as well. It's hard to have any kind of take on their situation, because again, you don't even know who's telling the truth, who's giving the details. So I have no opinion or even any business with the whole Davido situation. But the concept of the baby mama thing in a place like Nigeria, honestly, I see it as us just taking another thing again from the West. Just taking another, the same way we will take their music, take their fashion. I mean, of course, thank God Afrobeat is kind of coming back and getting its recognition again. But there was for the longest time, there was an age where you didn't even want to associate with Nigerian music because American music was just the cooler one. So we just keep taking things from that side of the world. And this is just one thing we're taking in again, right? And now the whole baby mama thing has been happening. I mean, because you have a lot of people who, that's my dad, but I've never seen him, or we don't live together, we don't this. But the difference is that, like you said, it's not as celebrated. right? And so not everybody's just coming out and saying, "Oh, I'm a single mother." I mean, well, there's a lot more single mothers now that have come out to say they're single mothers, but it's still something that the Nigerian society is getting used to, right? And so naturally, at the first point of the conversation, they would want to say the father is a deadbeat father because he's not being present for the children, all that stuff. But you don't even really know the details of the relationship and what's really going on inside. So it's hard to just really give your take on really what is going on, right? But I'll still always just say that it's a very my own personal opinion on this is that it's a very messy thing to have to do to a child that is not even asking for it, right? Don't have to bring him in. Not that it doesn't work out when it's just a single mother and she raises a child, but no matter what, somebody that's exposed to seeing that family is a father-mother situation, you definitely want more curious. You're going to be more curious. You want to get more answers. You want to know what's going on, and more often than not, you feel like you're only getting love from one side if you don't actually get to meet your dad at any point, right? If it's a situation where you just hear about the father but never get to see him, it gets messy. And so for me, it's just not an ideal situation that you want to encourage. But again, it's not from a judgmental thing. People are single mothers for whatever reasons they are. And, it's just, but people who are intentionally trying to do that.
I didn't like was, and again, situation is not my business, and I'd have nothing to say because it's again one of those situations. If you're not in it, you won't understand the stress.
Yeah.
But just bringing it to social media, I understand why, because sometimes when you're going through that court process, sometimes court of public opinion may help some situations.
Yeah.
But like you say, just bringing it out there, it's easier said than done because I don't know about you, but when you're in a relationship or you've been with somebody, it can easily get messy. So that's why I say I can't blame them, but it's just in that case. But then one thing I found out that the lady is older than him though, by some years, in terms of apparently he was 19 when she got pregnant. She was 26, 27. And even if somebody's like, no, he was 20. Okay, even if 20 to 26, I'm like, yo, that's a bit of an age gap, 27, because I'm like putting himself in my shoes because we're the same age. I'm like, that's like me rolling with my older brothers and cousins. And that's like saying one of the girls I used to roll with back then with them got pregnant from me. And it's like, that wouldn't, like, again, I made a decision, but I'm still technically a youngin'. Like, at that point, I'm not even 21. I'm 26, 27. Like, again, I'm not saying because you're that age, you should know, I can't get pregnant this time, but you understand, there's a bit of, certain things more than a 20-year-old.
Of course.
So you understand, you know the risk involved. You know what you're doing. You know the timing of your body.
Birth control.
That's what I said. So those are the questions I asked. Like, what about all these factors? Then even now, again, fast forwarding the age gap. That kind of thing is like you would hopefully understand. Like, there's certain things we shouldn't be bringing to public light.
Yeah,
because in the end, it's about our kid. You get what I'm saying? But I understand the situation they're in right now, because you're going to have to defend yourself too. If somebody says something about you in public, especially if you're at that level that they are, you have to defend yourself. Yeah. You understand? So it's a tricky thing. Hopefully it gets better, obviously, for their daughter at the end of the day. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. So hopefully it's a situation they can resolve. But it's something somebody was asking me, and I was saying, like, again, it's very easy to comment on a situation you're not in. But when you're in that fire, like, think about the fire you've been in with some exes that if it went public.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I was like, there's no way to give a take on what's really going on in this situation, right? So...
Yeah, but we got some questions and comments from y'all as usual. Thank you, but I think we need a drink beforehand.
Yes, we do.
All right, so again, we got some questions and comments from y'all that we're going to read through. So I'm going to let Maria read the first one while I pour us a drink.
Okay. All right. So this is from Don Illuminati. It says, "Hey, Menisms Pod. Been listening to you guys for some time now and caught up with all your episodes. Really love the work you guys do and have done. And me and my bros have contemplated doing pods ourselves. Go for it. Now, the main reason I'm here, this might be extremely long, but just so you guys get the whole story. In my first year in uni, I met this girl who's my coursemate. We started off as friends and all, but we became close. Talking about her real issues and all, family and apparently relationships. Now, the relationship part, I feel I didn't really care at first because I just saw her as my guy. But then I actually realized that I was having feelings for her. I'd even get angry when she came to me when she had issues with her man because the fuck. Can't you notice I'm in love with you? Fair enough. I mean, fair. So at a point, I tried to keep arm's length and not be too friendly so as not to break my heart too fast. Too fast. So at a point, I tried to keep arm's length and not to be too friendly so as not to break my heart too fast. And as fast forward, all the arm's length didn't work. Not because of me. She just didn't notice, or she just noticed I was off and she just wanted us to be close. And even after I tried entering a relationship, I just couldn't make it work because deep down I knew I just wanted it to be her right now. Right now she's single and she obviously knows I have feelings because I dropped hints in the past, but she keeps being adamant with we're friends even when we're not having that kind of conversation, just basic convos. Right now I'm lost and I don't know what to do. Okay, so from what I understand,
about to say, because there was a lot.
So from what I understand, he met this girl, they're classmates, they obviously have classes together, and they started to talk about everything, family, relationship, all that stuff, and then they started getting close. And in the beginning stages, he didn't care much about her relationship discussions, but then he got to find out that at some point he started caring for them because he started liking her or having feelings for her. So whenever so she was seeing someone at the time. Whenever she's complaining about her man to him, he's like, the fuck, like, why are you telling me all this? Can't you see I like you? And so, he tried as much as possible to distance himself, because again, they go to the same class. So distance himself so they're not talking as much and blah, 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 just so that he doesn't break his heart. And she started to notice he was distancing and it's like, oh, he's acting weird. No, they shouldn't keep their distance. Let's keep talking. I know if a girl does that and you like her, you will succumb, right? And so he succumbed. He succumbed and he started talking to her again. And now she's single, according to what he says. And he even said he tried to be in a relationship with somebody else. And that didn't work because he knew he wanted her. And so now she's single and, they're talking, but she's being adamant on them being friends. So basically she's friend zoning him. And he's now saying, even though the conversations aren't that way, conversations are maybe leaning into the relationship direction, what does he do? He's confused. All right,
so, my nigga, you better run.
Yeah, move. That's what I'll say.
I said friend zone. You stress your.
I have been there. Don't push it.
I have been there.
Don't even convince her.
The worst part is she's going to come back to you in a certain point and realize maybe I should have given this guy a chance. But it's already late because now she's settling.
Yeah,
for you, and may they never settle for you in Jesus' name. Amen. So leave her alone. She had her chance. If you want to be friends with her, that it can be friendship. Fine. But I know for me, once I've had strong feelings for you and you friend zoned me, I have love for you, but it can never be the same because you don't want me to be that guy now that you thought, oh, we were friends, and all of a sudden I moved to you
or I come much later and then it's like I've always liked you thing.
I've always there's only one. Anyways, she's my baby now. But
fair enough.
That's why I said fair enough. Like there's only one girl I said I liked you from then, and I kept the same energy till now.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
But,
yeah. So I mean, I'm of the same opinion. If she's friend zoning you, cut it off. Particularly because friend zone means that she can't even see the possibility of a relationship you guys can have.
God forbid.
So what that means is she's seeing nothing more. Now, the worst thing you can do for yourself is try to convince her.
They say you're just there.
The worst thing you can do is try to convince her as to why you guys should be together. Now,
bro, wait, before you even say anything, guy, a lot of men don't realize that statement you just said, though, when you have to convince her. And the thing is, as a man, you don't know when you are doing. You don't realize. You'll be saying, "Look, I'm the one for you. Look, I'm actually this." It's when you start to say, "I'm actually this kind of guy." You don't realize the shame.
What you're doing is you're actually convincing. You're actually telling her, "Please don't friend zone me."
Brother, it's shameful, and I'm not saying it as in part. I'm shaming guys. I have been there. That you have convinced, you are trying to tell the girl, and because the thing is, men will never admit what they say to women behind closed doors.
Oh yeah,
because nobody's there. So me, I know the kind of begging I've done in my past that I'm trying to convince babe that I know if my brother saw it,
be like, really, bro.
But bro, you don't realize how much shame it is that you have to beg a girl.
Oh yeah, no, it's extremely shameful, and if you have to, you're at the stage now where you're convincing her, which is already 0/10, right? Now it could go two ways. She could either remind you that you're being weird and you're being creepy. She's already told you guys are just friends. In which case, that friendship is already sitting on the edge. Best to respect yourself and walk out of it before you see any other mossy finishing salt. Or she would say, actually, she never saw you in that light. Maybe we should give it a shot. Let me tell you, brother, you forever continue to be convincing her why you can be a good boyfriend, why she should not leave you, why she should not break up with you, why you're definitely going to be on the other end of the stick, convincing her constantly why you're the boyfriend she should stay with.
I've never been so like I know for me if it wasn't there initially, like for example, I'll say like can't choose my words carefully. Okay, so I'll give you the like my girl now, like we are friends in first year.
Okay.
So we met through my housemate, funny enough.
Okay.
But the way he portrayed, like, this is my sister, and this is why I said, nice guy, this is my brother. But you know how guys say, this is my sister, you're like, I left it alone then. I'm like, yo, this girl fine, like, I like her. But I never pursued her in that way, but to always keep in touch and all. So I do this thing where, unless I see that sign from you, that you like me, I swear, I don't mind being in the friend zone for so long. Because even if I like you, because I can't handle rejection in that way. Because I've been through it. So you see what? It's not like I'm not a risk taker. I'd be risk taker, but I'm a calculated risk taker. Because
you're not a risk taker with affairs that have to do with your heart.
No, because I've been there. I've just gone where I've done Yankee. Don't forget me, I be Yankee boy now. So there's times I've just gone raw emotion. Yo, girl, I like you. Oh. Do you know what it feels like to pour your heart out for somebody and you just hear, oh,
damn,
and then you now hear sorry after?
Hey, God, I beg.
See, if I tell you something, women can be bastards though, the way they reject. Because men, well, here's the thing, it also shows how cheap men are. I don't know. Well, men reject though. Let me not say that. Me, I don't reject. I'm sure you reject. We reject though, because it's not everybody that you say. Anyways, I digress. But I'm just saying, like, women don't realize sometimes how hard it is to admit our feelings to you, like, especially when we like you. Like, the physical one, yeah, that's easy, and you can tell too when that's just physical. But for us to say we like you,
I'm not just that, especially if you're an intentional person, because a lot of guys do say they can just tell you I like you, just they're trying to, have more with you, right? But for those who are intentional, it's very difficult because you know the consequences of the yes or a possible no. And you know how that may take a toll on you, especially when you know that with this person, you even have some sort of friendly relationship with that person up until you confess that feeling, right? And you just know that would definitely change the dynamic of things. And you've taken your time to think so hard whether you should or not. And so if it's a no, you already know you've lost both things.
Because it can never be the same. It can never because from one side, the girl's going to say, well, this guy going to move to me one time we're alone or something. Exactly. From you, your male ego and pride is hurt. That is like, fuck.
And you know for sure you're staying as a friend. She's going to come to you with that. This guy is bugging me. What do you think I should do? I like this guy.
I hated that bullshit. I think you should piss me the fuck off. Because why are you coming to tell me about another man when I'm not coming to tell you? Are you rude?
Oh, and let me tell you also, this is also just outside of this, but women cannot take that thing they dish. If I'm your friend and you didn't tell me anything, I don't know you like me. And, I'm telling you about this other girl I'm talking to. You did not, you've even friend-zoned me. You told me, oh no, I can't be anything with you. We're friends.
They hate it.
No wahala.
It's ego.
No wahala. But I'm telling you now about this girl I'm like, and you are vexing.
It's ego.
What do you mean you are vexing?
It's ego.
Anyways, but yeah, so again, our advice is walk away from it. There's no coming out of a friend zone situation, right? Because again, like I said, I say this now. Let me tell you why I say this. This dynamic where she's adamant on you being friends. Adamant on you being friends means that she can't actually see more. If she tells you she's figuring things out, let's not move too quickly. Let's stay friends for now. That's different. Adamant that we are being friends, even though you are letting her know I like you, you're showing signs, everything, is her letting you know, bro, don't cross that line. You're a brother to me. And in which case, I'm sorry, but if she ever switches dynamic, it's because you have something of value that she needs at that time.
I had a friend like that, yeah. It's weird. We kept friend zoning each other because we knew we liked each other. Well, let me not speak for her, but I'm sure. You liked her? I feel like both of us liked each other.
Okay.
And we were close already, right? But I think we both knew that if one of us crosses that boundary, it can be ruined. Going to be messy.
Yes, okay, fair enough.
You get what I'm saying? Because it's like we genuinely liked each other in that way, as friends, as people. But you know how relationships are with men and women. Once you cross that certain boundary, it can always never going to be the same. So there was always that tension of that. And the funny thing is, like, when both of us go into relationships now, it's like we had to we've had to, and it's not even like we had to have a conversation like, hey, I got a distance.
It was just like,
it's natural now that it has happened, and it's fair. Like, love is still always going to be there. If I see them, it's all love and all, but you have to put that boundary with somebody you are so close with that there was that kind of tension, maybe quote unquote, because you have to respect your other partner and it's one thing I've had to learn as you grow, because when you were younger and the girls would complain about certain girlfriends, I was like, what the fuck you complaining about? But as you're older now, you're like, you know what? I understand perspective now. That's what I started in perspective. Like, I could, because if you had a male nigga now that was just coming anyhow now or something, or every time he's involved, it's like, hey, hold on now.
Yeah, to be honest, I think I don't see a way that that would even pan out, especially if you know that. Of course, knowing the person you date, you just, you know how women will always convince you that he's just a friend, but you as the guy, you can recognize those moves, and you're like, he said he did what to you today? He said he asked for what? Yeah, sorry, baby girl. That guy is not just a friend. He likes you more than a friend. And you keeping him around as a friend, I'm sorry, but I'm not just okay with it. So, especially when you understand that dynamic, it's easy to also understand when a girl is complaining about another girl that you're talking to. And so you're like, you know what? Out of respect, let me just... This closeness can't work now that there's a partner.
And that's why I said, see, there's only one girl that I can literally talk about my female problems to, and that's, like I say, my best friend. That same thing. She talks to me about how that, because she's literally my blood sister. Okay, you understand? So it's like and that's why I said I feel like you have to. Not that you have to establish, because for us now it's not like we established it or anything. It's like we've been together since we were kids, literally since birth. So that foundation of friendship has already been set, that we've always come to each other about each other's problems, but there's never been that line crossed, that kind of piece. So I could talk to some girl, and it's not just her, there's some girls too that our relationship is set that it's always going to be that friendship. Because you know how some people always say, like, men, are they really friends with girls? You know, the girl gave the opportunity and all. Me, I literally was just telling my girl this the other day, like, that's why I used to friend zone girls. If I knew I liked you as a friend, that I'm not even crossing this boundary, I will friend zone you no matter how much you try. Because I respect a relationship. Because really, sometimes it's up to the guy. Because here's what I mean. Sometimes some girls, right? Like, for example, if they have a friend that they're very attracted to, but they're not seeing them in that way, if that guy should flip the script, that girl can say yes.
Oh, no, yeah. No, I agree with you.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you now, and sometimes when you
I've been in those situations as well.
So that's what I so you get. So what I mean is, when you're a guy that you realize you're the one in the driver's seat, because most times it's the girls in the driver's seat. But when you're a guy that's now in the driver's seat, when you realize that you have that power, bro, it's a feeling that it makes you, it empowers you, obviously, but then it comes with a lot of maturity, whereby are you not going to abuse that power, that you're not going to be hooking up with every girl, or are you going to actually have boundaries that some girls can chill?
Because guys do take advantage of the opportunity by then taking advantage of the girls, because they know, I want to keep this one as a friend, but she likes me. Let me give her one leg in, but still keep her as a friend. Even though, because it's true.
What's one leg in?
So one leg in is, I'm giving her hope that there could be more. Even though I'm still telling her that I friend zoned her. Because, like you said, once they're in the driver's seat, then they're calling the shots. And, I mean, women do that as well, but,
I was about to say, they'll never admit it.
Oh, yeah, they'll never, no, they won't.
But, yeah, thank you.
This is a random, but again, thank you guys for sending questions.
See, this is why I said we like you guys sending things.
Thanks a lot, all right. There was a conversation I was having with somebody earlier last week, and it was I never actually thought that this is something I'd never really sat down with any of my friends to speak about, and I also just realized that it's not even like I've never been taught how to navigate this aspect of life, but how do you handle someone who is your friend and is running a business, but is running a similar business to what you're doing? Or what you maybe you're doing something now. Let's say you're hiding something after that, you're running parties, right? And you have a friend who wants to start a business, and the business is beach parties. How do you?
I've had a few of that.
How do you navigate that? How do you run your own business?
Can I be honest?
Fluidly, without actually.
I'm not worried anymore at this point in life. I'm not worried anymore. I've had those phases. I'm human. I've had those phases, yes and no. But if you believe in your craft,
would you say in those phases you were? Because I want to hear more about the Facebook finish.
So,
would you say?
Okay, let me talk about the phases then. Where I am now, the phases, it was more. Because I have a Yankee mentality whereby, like, the first thing is like, oh, can we collaborate? What's up? Let me help you. I know. That's one half of my mind. Then the other half is the Niger. that is like,
So this guy
bitch,
trying to
like,
take my
oh, this guy,
business.
they try to take my, the fuck. So I had that clash a lot of times that my mind is in and out, in and out. And obviously, there are times I did give my advice, help people, it worked out. I gave advice, help people, and they try and abuse it. But when you believe in your craft and believe in your vision now, like, you can't worry about anybody else's thing, because if you put all your energy in your thing, everybody else's own now, if they're doing it, if they're meant, how do I explain it? There's some businesses people do because they want to follow a trend, if that makes sense.
As opposed to a passion
Behind it. So it starts to reveal itself. Because,
Fair.
for example, the beach business, like you said, trust me, I had a lot of niggas that tried to copy the beach business, right? But you don't realize how much stress is involved, how much finance is involved, how much commitment is involved, things like that. So you have to have a passion for it that's going to make you stand out and last. So that's what helped me, to the grace of God, that I had a passion for these things, while some people, they saw a business opportunity. So it doesn't mean I still can't give my expertise, and I even at this stage I still will, but then it's really going to be up to you to show if you're about it. Because again, is it a trend for you? Is it a passion? If it's a passion that you end up being successful in it, if I'm worried about my own stuff and it's thriving, then I'm not worried about you. If you happen to come and you happen to be as big as me, how can we collab? That's how I think. How can we collab? Because I've seen you've grown, but I also have a platform. I won't start to say, oh, look at this person's come to fuck up my shit. No. What's the point? But again, Lagos makes you sometimes fall into that selfish mindset of, it has to be me and me only, when that's not the way forward. And I've fallen for that trap before, I'll be honest.
Yeah, to be honest, because I think the dicier one is even when you know, like, you can see that the person is a little more skilled at that thing you do than you. So I'll give an example. Let's say I'm an artist, right? And my art is maybe it's even abstract stuff, or it's just, art is very diverse, right? And then this person's art is sculpting. But you see that their sculpting is insane. Like, you're an artist, so you know when somebody's skill set is a little above yours, right? And so I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, okay, that person is way better than I am. And this person's your friend as well, right? You guys are friends, you guys are guys. So before, and this is something I've had to unlearn. It took me so long to unlearn it, because before, like you said, I'm already having my guard up. I'm already jealous. I'm already like, okay, so we get it. You have some skills, but why are you not coming through me? Since you're so good at it, you don't even need me like that. Like, but then you find these people still saying, oh, I beg, where you see clients? And I'm like, are you trying to take the piss? Like, but I got to find out that these people too also don't hold any animosity to the trade. Like, in most cases, they don't even see them as better than me. I'm the one that is projecting that on myself. And I'm the one that is just, living in this bubble of that person is better than me. And so, they're acting like they don't know. Sometimes you literally don't see it that way.
I feel like it's all in your mind. Like,
exactly.
And that's why I said I've realized business, there's no emotion. And that's why it comes back to, even me, I'm having to relearn again. Every year, I feel like you have to be learning, but it's like, there's no emotion in business. So, like you said, even that question you just said, that should not even be your worry if you're a businessman, because there's no emotion. They want to do the same thing as me, no problem. You better make sure your shit is on job, to the point that they're either having to catch up to you or they're having to come to you for the advice. That's all you can do. If they end up being even better than you, as long as you are making money still in your regard, maybe at least, you never know, that person, if they go farther than you now, for example, because you helped them. Something. Exactly.
The thing is, now that I think about it, and of course I don't want to talk about it for too long, I'm trying to actually just now think about why Nigerians are like that. And it actually goes all the way back to primary school, where your parents are going to beat you if you don't come first position, second position in your class. You know what that actually ends up doing in the long run? Ends up making you feel like being the top at anything is the only way to do anything. Because think about it now. The reason why you're worried that somebody is better than you at something is because you've now seen that you can't be the top at it anymore. Somebody else is evidently better than you, and so they're going to be the top at it. And so now it's affecting your performance at your own thing. Whereas I don't have to be the top. I have to just be the best at the thing I'm doing with what my capacity can handle.
So I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying perspective. So I see it as, again, like an athlete. I just want to be the best at what I do. From my own ego and self, in terms of perform that I'm the best.
Yes.
With the Niger way, I feel it's a bit more toxic.
It is. Not if you don't feel
okay, it is.
It
because
is notice
with an athlete, there's still a bit of toxic in it because it's self, but it's self in terms of I want to make myself better. With Nigerian parents, it's projected and it's visual to show everybody else you're doing it for everybody else instead of yourself.
Exactly. And that's why I'm like, it grows, and that's why it also grows the animosity. That's what I'm talking about. So you see, if you were doing now, you're being competitive now. When you get on the pitch, right, and you see someone who's taller, bigger, who by virtue already has advantages. By advantages, it means that he has longer legs, so he probably has more speed.
I used to love.
So when you meet those people, they say challenge.
I used to love it. No, but that's a good challenge though.
But you see, for Nigerians, they look at you, they start hating.
I love it.
That's the difference. The difference is that they start hating because they can now see that their capacity is now beyond.
But then you know what's so fucked? It's like for me now, I'm a normal sized guy, as in physically. Yes. I'm 5'9", athletic and all. But when I used to see 6 foot some dudes in basketball and American football, that used to ginger me because it's like when I bust your ass, I'm gonna shine even more because physically it looks like I'm not supposed to even match to you. Yet now I'm better than you. I'm jumping higher and everybody's like, who is this guy? So that's what I said. That's an advantage. So you see what I said, the mindset, there's a competitive advantage now that's going to make me shine more. And that's why I said in Nigeria, people don't see things like that.
No, they don't.
Compared to the way they see it is, like you say, from the parental aspect, that is competition. Like, don't let them get better than you. You're not better. Nobody can pass you. You can't work with anybody else. It's like, oh, it's you. When it's like, it should not be like that.
And the thing is, that ends up actually, because that person who is your friend, who should be your friend, regardless of the business they are getting into. In fact, it could be, you should even be happier if their inspiration to get into that business was you. Do you understand? Like, you're the reason they saw that and they're like, you know what, I really want to do what this guy's doing. I feel like I'm good at it as well. And then if you're like, you know what, oh, I'm trying to branch into this. Can you give me some tips? I'm usually always happy to.
Like, again, Niger, and that's why I say nice guys won't. It's annoying because I follow again. I used to go to people. Yo, how do you do this? How do you do this? And the vice versa.
They always gatekeep in a lot of cases.
No, some guys, I'll be honest, no, a lot of guys gave me a lot of great advice. I'm not going to do that. A lot of guys gave me a lot of great advice. But there were some guys that get kept. And even those ones that get kept, the ones that gave me the advice, I'm using that to get to my position. And like I said, in my position, I don't mind talking. But you also have to be careful not to give out too many things.
Especially to the ops.
You have to the wrong person.
To the ops. Because that's what they are, technically. People that are trying to just get the inside.
All the ops is the devil, please. I'm a Jesus. But I get what you mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that makes sense. So, again, I think my take from all of this is if I have someone who's handling or trying to start a business that I'm already doing, the best, I mean, it's always just best in good spirits to just encourage the person. You never know where you guys will collab together. See, Nigerians actually don't see that thing a lot. They don't see that collab thing as a thing. They see it as I'm either the one doing it while you're on the sidelines watching.
Collabs is egos gets in the way with some Nigerians where it's like, I want to be the main orga.
Yes, I want to be people that. I said I did it myself.
It's me. It's not us. It's me. But it's like, do you realize you are still going to get the same attention as your collab partner? Even if the other person has the bigger platform, think about it this way. If they have the bigger platform and you're associating with them, that means all their followers are going to want to know who you are and vice versa. But again, we don't think of it.
Yeah, something we really need to work on. And it's something that I think as a whole will help. Because I think it trickles down to the country as a whole and even how people navigate, what we deserve. But again, that's a whole discussion for another time. But we will say again, our own personal advice for stuff like this is, you have a friend who's trying to do a business you're already doing, give them tips. Think not about whether they're going to be better than you or be bigger or they have more backing than you are. You're doing your own thing already. As long as they're not doing anything to tarnish your business currently, give them the tips they need. Give them the leverage they need because they have a friend who already knows the stuff. So be that friend so that in the future you actually feel good that, yeah, I was able to get this person to where they are now. I feel good about that. I feel good that my advice took this person. He's meant to be my friend. So I should feel good about it, right? So, yeah. So, again, my advice is just always be open and ready to, share whatever people need for help. And so you guys can grow together as a whole. I believe that's what friendship should be.
And that's what Chivas is all about with collaboration and community.
And I rise, we rise.
Exactly. So, I mean, again, if you people don't understand that saying, I rise, we rise, then there's a lot of inner working you need to do because you cannot rise alone in this world. You either need God or you need the people that he puts around you. All right, so we're going to go into our topic for the day, yeah? And one thing we've been noticing is that we're in a technological age where a lot of relationships, a lot of connections are done online via social media. So it really has been, from what I've noticed, or we were talking about off air, is that real interactions are not as unique or as fluent as they used to be, because you feel like you know somebody online by monitoring everything they do, or maybe having those conversations that most people don't link up as much in person anymore, or their interaction in person is a bit awkward compared to it is online. Because online you get to hide behind your phone, but then in person you got to show your real personality, and some people can't do that. So I was just talking about, like, how do you feel about organic relationships being formed now, or even dating, to say, because a lot of guys ain't moving to girls in person anymore because they feel, if you send DM now, like, I can just message up, compared to when you see that girl in person, that same girl you've probably been DMing, you can see her in person, you might not even go and approach her. You're not going to message her later, I saw you out earlier, like, the fuck.
To be honest, I'll be honest, I've been there. I have been there.
No, I don't do that shit. If I see you, I'm pulling up to, hey, what's up?
Let me tell you how you get to a place like that. After they've developed your character.
Who?
After Nigerian girls have developed your character. That's how you get there.
Like,
I've had instances where... So I'm not someone who... I've always been a... how do I put this? I'm not using my... I have nothing to impress you with on my physical, right? I'm not doing anything to impress... I just believe if I have a good conversation... I mean, of course, I know I look good. I would make sure I look good, smell nice. All the time. I know I look good. I don't
shit! Now say it again. I know I look good.
Can we focus, please? Let's focus. Right, so... Now, it's different if my looks don't appease you, and that's fair. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, right? And that makes sense, right? But I don't walk up to someone assuming that I'm their cup of tea. I just walk up knowing that, okay, I'm not a bad looking person. I smell nice. I speak well. I would have a sensible conversation. But the problem with at least one of the 2 times I've met Nigerian girls is that if you're not already coming, maybe holding a set of Mercedes-Benz keys, or they will size you up before you get to the person. And even when you talk, they already have a defensive, which is fair, and I understand, because they're probably approached a lot by guys who just have next to nothing to say, right? And so if I have something to say and I say, oh, hi, so I've been looking at you for a while. I wasn't going to say hi at first, but you know what? I'm like, I don't know where else I'm going to meet you. I was just wondering if maybe we could grab a coffee or lunch sometime. In some cases, before you even say anything, it's already
sorry, the bastard in me just like I was like, damn, that's a line. It's like, I don't know when I'll see you again, but like, I was like, another one, but I was like, hey, I'm like, woo!
Please don't hold my word for it if it doesn't work for you.
Murray!
Please, can we focus?
Murray!
So, anyways, so I would say that, but most times before you even get the chance to, as soon as you say hi, it's only like, please, I'm not interested. Okay, don't be angry.
But I don't like that though.
No, I don't, because I don't like rejection, right? And it takes a lot for me to actually walk up to someone, because in my mind I'm like, if I don't get to talk to you from some other circumstance, then whatever. If life wants us to meet again, we'll meet again. That's me. I'm just like, you know what? I don't really want rejection from this person, because one, she looks good, but she doesn't look good enough for me to want her rejection. So I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I'm just not going to go forward with it, right? And I don't think I've ever met anyone that looks good enough.
Wait. We're not just going to brush past it. What did you just say? Repeat it. She doesn't what?
She doesn't look good enough for me to say I want her rejection. And that's just me, right?
So why did you approach her, please?
No. Again, not that she doesn't look good.
Wait, no, stop. Don't do that.
Well,
don't do that.
I'm doing
don't
it.
do that.
I'm doing it.
If she was good enough for you to approach her,
yes.
What makes her not good enough for the rejection?
No. So again,
so she's a 6, but not. So she's a 6 that you can approach, but not a 8 that you can say, I can take the rejection.
So here's the thing, right? What I mean by that is, I already know there's an attitude. Now, the attitude might not be because of me as a person. It might be because of the other people they've been.
By the way, I'm being a hypocrite. I know exactly
well,
what.
Of course.
There's some girls that you're like, okay, you are, but if you try to reject you.
This is exactly. See that's you. Is exactly where I'm.
Bro, has that ever happened to you that one girl just start doing back? Is it you? Yeah, because I even came to say hi.
It has. And it's also because, again, there's no intention. You see, I understand where they're coming from and why they have the attitude, which is why I just generally don't approach anymore. right? Social media helps because now it's a two-way thing, right? It has its pros and cons. On the good side, if somebody is approaching you as a woman, right, you have the opportunity then to see if you like the person physically before you take it to the next step, before you then proceed. Now, when the person approaches you, sometimes guys can be very adamant, can be very, you already don't like the person physically, then they maybe want to gaslight you into liking them and saying, oh, so is it because I'm not fine? Bro, don't do that. Because I can tell you straight up, yes, it's because you're not fine. And if I do that, then you take offense. See what I'm saying? So I do get it. I do get where they're coming from. And I do understand that Nigerian guys can be very stubborn with that. I get it, right? But at the same time, should I also be subject to that bad attitude because of what other people have said and done to you? Most times, I don't think I do.
So, it's like, for me, again, that's what the Yankee held, whereby...
You're
like
bolder.
we like that shit.
Yes, I know.
So what's funny is, shout out to my nigga Victor, my cousin Victor, man. Like when I first moved to Nigeria, that was my cousin. He's from Akwa Ibom, but he now moved to Lagos because he was in Caleb University when I was in secondary school.
Mm-hmm.
So he was my nigga we used to go out with everywhere. He taught me a lot of like the Nigeria game and all. Then I was teaching Yankee game. But when we used to go out, right, it was always my tag team partner.
Okay.
And it's so funny because he'll see how we'll go and meet babes. He'll like, Myra, you don't want to approach that babe. That babe will reject you. Nigeria babe, he look at how she's born. I said,
see what I'm saying?
But I'll come with Yankee, like, don't worry. And again, what I noticed, we've talked about, like, Yankee babes is, Nigeria babes is they always put this face in front, wall in front. But if you're able to crack it, you start seeing her smile anyhow, right? So it's like what you said with those girls that reject you now that you're like, I've had those happen before where there's some girls you go and meet at a public event and you say, yo, excuse me, hey, what's up? You're like, excuse me. And be like, ah. And the fucked up is, what's funny? Have you ever had that happen to you where those same girls either come back and meet you that same day, or they will find your social media and realize, oh, this boy is actually not bad looking, or he's actually not bad of a guy, that they'll come back.
Or their friends come and they say, my friend likes you.
You are very stupid. See, I'm telling you right now, any girl that does that thing, you are very stupid. That thing is stupid.
There was one time when I was much younger. I think I was 20 or 21 at the time. And there was this girl in church. Bro, I kid you not. Every Sunday, I usually had like my own seat. She had her own seat. Every Sunday, we would lock eyes. And she used to sit in front of me. So, and it was tiered sitting. So it was a stepped sitting. I could see. So basically, you can see the people in the furthest rows, and I could see. So every time she would turn back to look at me, so it wasn't coincidence. It wasn't maybe I'm not sure. She would always turn back to look at me. Then maybe like talk to her sister, or talk to her brother, then turn back and look at me again. Now most times our eyes would lock. This would happen like 3-4 Sundays in a row, and then there was this one Sunday I can never forget. It was even my birthday. I was like, hey, I'll use this birthday to talk to this girl because she was a fine girl. She was a fine girl. I was like, okay, I'll talk to her. Just say hi. And that's how church was over. I had, put all my courage together. I'm like, I'm going to talk to this girl today. Now, remember that I'm not really someone who likes rejection, so I'd rather just not even talk to you. Like, okay, we see each other, but there's no other circumstance that brought us together. I'll leave it. But this day I was like, you know what? I'll talk to her after church. Church is done. I'm walking up to this girl. Again, wore my fanciest jacket that Sunday. Are you joking with me? Birthday jacket. Walked up to her. I'm like, hi. So I know we don't know each other, but I would really, really like if maybe we could hang out sometime. You could be the one to decide what we do. She's like, no, sorry, I'm not interested.
Which is fair. Women, you're allowed to reject before you make it sound like you're allowed to reject if you're not interested.
But when I tell you, at that point, I could. That was where I was drawn back again. Like, what do women want? I obviously only approached it because we've been looking at each other for like 4 or 5 Sundays now. So clearly, you know me and I know you. We're not strangers like that, right? But of course, you don't know who I am and I don't know who you are. You've been looking at me because there's something, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe I should be the one to make that step forward. It could even be that, you just have that one meeting, date or whatever it is, and then you say, oh, I just want to be friends. But at least there's clearly something here for you to be looking at me every Sunday. And then also she says no. Then she continues looking at me by the next one. The next Sunday she look at me, I give her one dirty eye like this. I like if you... Since then she starts like better.
You better stop. You are petty.
Because it made no sense to me.
Petty.
To me, that's a lead on, right? And of course, when I say lead on, I mean not in a way that you are supposed to say you are interested in me back, but it could even be oh no, I don't like but we can talk in church. Like, let it even be that we're just church friends. Let it even be that there's something, right? But why are you looking at me? Every Sunday you turn back to look at me specifically. Why? And it was at this point that I said, me and Lagos girls, walk up to who?
No,
because
I don't mind.
Because if the one that was looking at me can be uninterested,
so
what
me,
about the one that
for
doesn't
me,
even know
I don't mind it any just because like again, if you reject me, I know who I am at the end of the day. Like again, this is Yankee helping.
Of course, yeah.
I won't like because I won't like I've developed a bit of Lagos now that is like it's not me you are going to reject. But they say unfortunately Yankee was longer, so
sure.
I can still do it. Whereby it's like I'm coming with that approach that I always come with a friendly approach that even if you come that I'm already expecting that attitude. You understand? So I never go in with like, oh, because I'm this. I'm ready for the rejection. Now, if you don't reject me the first time, thank God, maybe you're nice. If you reject me, it's to break that wall that we said. Now, if you continue after that wall, you have some inner demons that you need to handle that maybe I don't need to be involved with. You understand? But like I said, because also especially in my industry, because of events, entertainment, I understand why some girls are the way they are because there are creepy ass dudes.
Of course, exactly.
So that's why I said sometimes I have a bit of compassion for women because I understand the creep. And again, we can't vouch for every guy. You can only vouch for yourself. So the rejection stuff here in Lagos, I give them that peace of mind because I know they're weird dudes, like anywhere in the world. But the only difference is obviously, like we've said before, in foreign countries, you are more likely to approach a girl that is not that apprehensive. Fight is hello, hey. Like the girl will say, hey. In Lagos, hey,
See that? So again, right? So now let me also give some more context. At the time I said I met this girl, I had just come out of my long-term relationship. So I had not even done any kind of bad boy phase, nothing. So I was still very.
But it's not for you to. But you see, again, you're saying that from your perspective. She's not going to know that.
No. I'm saying this as per like the emotions that I felt. This is not even about like expecting anything from her. I'm saying the emotions I felt were like I was coming from a genuine place. It's not like I even wanted more from her than maybe just hang out, be friends. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to. Most guys they approach you now, I probably want to sleep with you, right? That's what I mean. So I was coming from the place of I hadn't even started any bad boy phase, anything. I just wanted to be friends. Just wanted to. Again, you've been looking at me. Okay, so maybe you want to be friends with me. You want to be church friends, whatever it is. But clearly, this looking at each other every Sunday is getting too obvious. That was what it was. Now, now let me not sound like I've met someone also of meeting them, walking up and saying hi, that it actually worked out till now. We still kind of, remain friends. So let it not seem as if, but that was the second ever time. And even though it worked out, I was like, yeah, never again, I beg. Because it only worked out because one, this person was, didn't think like a Nigerian. And, I'm not gonna say where I met her. So this is where you meet her.
Where'd you meet her?
I'm not gonna say. So I met her. It was a. No, I'm not gonna say that either.
Talk now. Why they do code? No. We don't do that on this podcast. No,
we do this time.
We don't do that. You had to give one gist.
Okay, fair enough. So I met her at Ebano. Yeah, let it soak in. Yeah, that's right. Let it soak in. This was years ago. This was no, for real. Oh my god, I hate the guys on this team.
Go ahead.
I think this was in 2017. No, 2018. 2018. Yeah, let's let it out. So just as a disclaimer to everyone that's watching here.
Guys, say the story.
I don't always meet women.
Somebody's disclaimer. Baba, tell the story.
I'm not one of those guys who meets their women at Ebano. So just a disclaimer.
I don't like this guy. Tell the story.
This was a one-off, okay? Just for clarity.
Okay.
So, anyways, I had met this girl. She was very good looking. Well, I mean, I think she's even quarter Italian or something like that.
Oh, she?
She was very good looking. I found her very attractive. And it was nighttime. I was just coming back from work. I was still working 9 to 5 then. Oh shit, it was 2017 actually. So yes. It was 2017. I was still working 9 to 5 then. I just got back from work and it was end of 2017, maybe like November, December. And I went shopping, just regular shopping. And I had met this. So we were shopping together, but she was on a different queue. I was on a different queue, but we kind of finished around the same time. But she left ahead of me. So when I was just like, you know what? It was also I was going to do the same thing. I was going to do I've seen her, but circumstances didn't allow us meet, so let her go her way. I go mine. Again, she had finished shopping before me, so I'm like, she's gone already. So when I was done shopping, I was walking back to my car, and then I happened to pass by her car. She was still sitting in the car, chilling. So I'm like, this can only be a sign from God that, bro, this is the time to shoot your shot. I said, God, thank you for the through pass. And then I dropped my stuff in the car. I waited a little bit to see if she was leaving anytime soon. and it seemed like she was still chilling in the car for a little bit. So I'm like, you know what? I took my time. I was like, okay, no, bro, just do this. What's the worst you say no? What's the worst you say no? Okay, so I built up a bit of courage, got down from my car, and then I walked again. It's still creepy. See what I had to knock at her door to be like, oh hi. I hated it, but I had to do it because I found her that attractive. And so I got down, walked up to her car, knocked gently at her window, and then I was like, oh hi, good evening. Sorry to bother you. I don't know if you want to call or anything. So I've been trying to say hi to you since the supermarket, but I just thought it was a bit awkward. You seemed like you were really in your space, but is it okay if we talk for a little bit? And then she's like, I'm like, I promise I'm not a creep. I'm just gonna, and obviously she laughed at that, and then we kind of got in the whole thing. And yeah, like till now, like I will still pick up my phone and text her if I need you, just say hi. But we didn't work out because she just has circumstances around her that just didn't kind of work for me relationship wise. And so I was like, okay, this is nice, but we can still remain friends, which we still did. And we still remained friends. And yeah, like that was one good experience.
No,
that
think about it. Most girls I met in Lagos, I mean, I saw I obviously started from Insta, but I had a lot of girls I met outside like an event, something like I used to be, like I said, I'll be carefree, especially when I was on streets. If I see a girl I really like, I'll walk across the whole club or something. I don't care if you're in somebody's section. I'm like, yo, what's up? You here with somebody? Now you see that question. You might be here with somebody, but if you tell me no,
that's not for you.
Because I know there's some situations. I met some girls in some sections. I know you didn't come here alone. I know. Well, but question, though. Whatever you tell me is what I'm going with.
Of course.
So I don't mind. I used to love it. It was a fun game, but I won't lie to you. After a while, like I won't lie to you. I preferred talking on Insta than us meeting privately. Mm-hmm. Because Why? Insta, let's have some conversation at least. That from Insta, okay, let me get your phone number. Okay, let's have a phone call in the same week. All right, if we getting along, let's meet in person. That is just us. Forget your friends, forget my friends. Let's see how we act with each other. Okay, from there, let's see how we act among people. Once you've crossed those check marks, then I know how we gonna move and navigate. Because even yourself, by the time you've met up those 2 times and talked those previous times, you'll know where the relationship is going. Is this something that I want to pursue a serious relationship, or something that, I want to meet this girl and hang with this girl because I think she's attractive and I like her? Because I won't lie to you, it wasn't like a lot of the phases. A lot of the girls I was meeting then, obviously I already told them from the jump, I'm not looking for a relationship. Because some girls will ask you that question like, okay, so what's your intention, all that. Yo, babe, I'm single, I'm chilling. At least I'm not lying to you. At least I don't have girl. And when I say that, like a lot of girls sometimes think like when a guy says I'm chilling or I'm not looking for something, you think, oh, he's just trying to be a player. No. At least I'm being honest as a person, saying, look, I'm not going to lead you on. I do find you attractive. I do like how you are as a person. I would like to get to know more of you. And if we get to hang out and during this period, I will do what I need to do to make sure you're comfortable, you're happy and all. But at the end of the day, no, I am not rushing to relate. Not that I'm not open to it, but I'm not rushing to it, if that makes sense.
My own reservation with meeting people on social media is that it has its different, again, categories, right? The one you just mentioned now is if things move quickly, you're able to meet the person same week, talk same week, do everything. That actually is the best scenario. Because at that point, you both haven't had the time to create an impression of social media. You've just gone with the first impression, which is appearances and maybe the first few words, right? Which is the best part. Because that way you're still open to meeting the real person in person. Now, the second category is you guys have to talk for a long time. Maybe the time you guys met, the person is out of the country or out of the States, but they're coming back next week, coming back the week after, coming back in 3 weeks. What that does is that you guys will still keep talking until the 3 weeks. In that time, especially with social media, you're going to grow close in 3 weeks. Now you think you've known the person, then you now meet in person. And now they are so different.
Because you've had some intimate conversations that you've not even had with some girls in person, bro. That when you see now is like you can draw that emotion from the vulnerability you've had of talking. That is like it speeds up shit.
But then when you meet them, and then they have a different energy than what they had over the phone or over text.
I've had that.
It starts getting awkward.
I've had that.
And that's why it's always better.
Had that shit.
So to me, that's a downer. Like
it's like the fuck. So you start to ask yourself as a guy, especially like, what the fuck? what was I wasting all my time for?
That's it.
And you start cursing yourself like motherfucker. Like,
and then now you have to be careful how you let her go, because it's a turn to, oh, so now you've met me. I knew men were all the same.
No, but then we have to take accountability also, because what did you do or what did you say?
Even when
like, because for me,
what did you say? Fair enough.
Because there's some situation that's why I come back to the sex a lot of times, because again, there's some girls you link when you are talking on Insta, lovely. If you meet up and then meet up again, maybe you hook up.
Maybe, or maybe not. No, you see, wait first. The thing is that sometimes, yeah, I feel like when I say the thing is that, I sound like I'm about to explain myself. Regardless, when you meet someone but nothing's happened, right?
What an idiot.
Wait now, when you meet someone but nothing's happened, it gets bad for you if the person likes you.
I need to pee because I'm tired of you, man. Like, what the hell?
Think about it. Think about it for a second. Take a second to let it sizzle in. Let it sizzle in.
And so I hate you as a woman. Explain.
No, but should I just allow you? So the thing is, no. So wait first. If I meet you off social media, nothing happens, but you start to like me because you like my physical energy, but I don't like you. We've not done anything, no, but I don't like you. I mean, why do you hate me for cutting you off? I'm sorry. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I face on and off camera.
Fuck you.
Making jest of me. This is what I face. This is the unseriousness I deal with.
I want you guys to do what he just said. He said, you may like me.
But it's the truth.
This is what I understand when women say men are bastards. This guy said, you may like me, but I don't like you. But yeah, you're still linking up and interacting with that girl.
No, wait. You know why?
No.
There's an explanation for it. I promise you.
You don't like somebody, but you're still entertaining and seeing them. Who's really the bastard?
No. So let's understand it. You see, the not liking person is because I'm also giving benefits of doubt. You know how people say, you've not really met me yet. Okay, maybe the first meeting was a one-off. It was your bad day. No problem. Let's try that again.
Oh, God.
And then we meet in this different circumstance. And I'm sorry, but I still don't like it. But the person is even liking me more in the second meet. And then I'm like, yeah, you know what? This person doesn't take rejection well. I'm just going to ghost.
You see, you open that door.
I'll take that. I'll take it.
Because me, but that first one, I'm not even giving you a second chance.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry.
Unless
we meet in a public area. You know those ones that you happen,
Understandable.
oh my God, you're here? Hey, oh my God.
Fair enough.
And we happen to chill.
Fair enough. I agree with that. I'll take that. Which is why I said, yeah, in the beginning, of course, when you're navigating the whole social media, meeting someone, you would think that it's, similar to meeting somebody in person.
Sorry, man, you made me laugh today, man. Sorry, that was funny.
Yeah, but it's the truth. You meet someone on social media, you get a different impression. And that was why I said this.
There's some girls, I'll be honest, there's some girls you yarn on social media that you don't even want to meet.
Oh, those are the best ones for me. Because
if I meet you now, it's like, depending on my situation, I might want to be with you, but I can't right now, baby girl.
Once I'm even
questioning, and I don't want to draw. And the thing is, once we meet, you are going to probably like me to the point that you're going to make me want to make a decision.
Oh.
And if I have to make a decision that's not favorable to you, we're going to have to cut this shit off.
See?
A lot of people are not ready to have that conversation.
And that's why I was saying that this is how they like you more than you like them will become a problem. Because if you think about it deeply, when they get to the point where you have to cut things off, you now become the bastard, because it now turns to, you can't tell me you didn't know I was liking you. What? Huh? Second meet, we've only met the second time. Oh my God. Unfortunately, this is the reality, because they can't tell you. You can't tell them. You didn't know. And now you're in a place where you are now the bastard. And then when they are talking to their friends, like, yeah, this bastard I met that time.
Meanwhile, they won't say what they were doing. They were pushing all the eggs, in this basket, saying this one has to work by force. Meanwhile, it's like, sweetheart, I don't know you like that, I don't like you like that. Like,
And actually, I mean, not to even make it sound like it's a bad thing, but in most cases, she probably initiated the date, initiated the let's see. Not that it's a bad
And
thing.
she will never say that part. That's
You
the
get-
worst part.
not that it's a bad
guess
thing
what?
again.
You still have to pay for it even though you didn't initiate it.
Which I'm also still okay
That's the
with.
worst part.
But I'm not like, wait, I actually really don't like you. So if I know I'm going to see you again and I have
And
to
that's
pay,
the thing. I got to a point that even if I don't like you, even if you want to hook up, I won't. I won't.
And you see,
Because one, I don't want that stress in my life. Two, I'm not going to enjoy it. Three, I don't want you to have that edge over me to say, "Am I hooked up with him?"
The problem I used to have was that I was trying to be too nice and say, okay, I don't want to hurt their feelings. Let's try and see again. So it's not like, oh, I just saw them and you know how they say, oh, now you see me in person, I look different from my pictures, now you don't like me. I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be like, okay, you know what? I don't want to see me like I think you're uglier in person or you don't look as nice or your body's not the same. Let's see again. But deep inside me, I'm like, damn, she don't look like her pictures, man. She don't look like her pictures.
You know what, ladies? I want you guys to understand we're not being mean. We're being so... Guys will never tell you this.
But women do this as well. Like,
don't mind them.
If they see you, they're like,
they
oh, short time person.
Why
like,
are you explaining?
That's
There's
fine.
podcasts and content all over that women are confessing. It's us men that don't do this thing that we're confessing. But
like, oh, I thought you were bigger in person. Oh, I thought you were... And that's okay. It's okay that you're not... I'm not what you like when you finally met me physically, and that's fine. I'm prepared for
do you see why I say I started being honest with women? Because I don't need you. I don't want to hear all that. What do you do? This is what I do. How tall are you? This is how tall I am. And what do you look like? This is what I look like. Do you like this? No. Are you a hoe? I used to be. I will tell you. Like, I will tell you straight up.
Well, but, I mean, and that's how it's supposed to be. To be honest,
but
yeah, I mean, it definitely has shown its differences. Meeting people in person over meeting people on social media. And yeah, thanks to social media, people don't meet in person that much anymore. In fact, if I'm meeting people in person, it's because maybe it's a party you have to kind of socialize.
Like because like me now, I do parties and events. It was very easy for me to meet people because even if I'm talking to you for a while, at one point I'm like, you know what, come to my party. I'll take care of you, and let me actually see you in person because there's only so much I can do online. Unless you live in another country or state, But what do you guys think about this? We want to hear your comments. We want to hear your opinions. So make sure you comment on the YouTube page. Make sure you send us responses on our page, Menisms Pod. We appreciate you guys. And ladies, again, I want you guys to listen to these episodes with open minds because we're speaking from the perspective of men. Men will never tell you this in public, and that's why you tune into Menisms. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back again very soon, and we're going to be back with some guests, so be expectant from us. I'm Michael Scenario.
And I'm Murray Welcome.
I will see you next time on Menisms.